Mini 3 Pro can do some things that no other model drone can do, and what's more, it can do them really, really well. So today, 3 simple maneuvers that will give you truly stunning video. Hello, I'm Ian and I play with drones, and over the last few weeks I've been putting the Mini 3 through its paces in a multitude of locations. Malta, Wales, South Downs, Beachy Head. All been incredible locations, and I have been getting some amazing shots with this incredible little drone. And for the first time, this has been the only drone that I have taken with me on these trips. Normally, when I'm traveling, I take the Air 2S and the Mini 2 because that was my perfect combination. The Air 2S was giving me the quality, the functionality, and the ability that I need, whilst the Mini 2 gives me the freedom to fly in more congested areas when I needed to. But with its bigger sensor and absolutely excellent wind handling abilities, the Mini 3 has covered all the bases. Not once over the last few months have I wished I'd had the Air 2S, which for me is a pretty good result. Flying over Beachy Head the other day, there was such a strong wind, really, really strong, and yet the Mini 3 handled everything absolutely perfectly. And today I thought I'd go through 3 different maneuvers that really do give great effects when you're filming video. 2 of these, admittedly, you can pretty much do with any model drone, but one is very definitely only possible with the Mini 3. So first off, the jaw-dropping flyover, where you can fly over the edge of some cliffs and give the viewer the sense of a low flight over the top of the cliff and then flying right out, looking down as if you were jumping off the cliff. This is the easiest of the 3 maneuvers I'm going to talk about today. Use the right stick forwards to start flying forwards in a straight line. As you approach the cliff, very gently bring that gimbal wheel down to pitch the camera downwards just as you fly over the edge. Then, if you're able to, you can slowly turn the drone and lift the gimbal up again to pitch up and show the true height of the cliffs you've just flown over. This is a brilliant and simple maneuver that really gives a sense of height and dynamics of flying. Remember, you can adjust the sensitivity of the gimbal movement in the gimbal settings, and this will make a real difference to the smoothness of that camera pitch. And it is not just about cliffs, you can pretty much use this maneuver anywhere, even if you're, say, flying over trees or whatever, but either way you will get a really dynamic shot. Now, next up is the opposite move that you can pretty much only do with the Mini 3 due to its ability to lift the gimbal high up above its horizon. This is a move that will only be useful in certain places, admittedly, like when approaching a hill, or here when I was flying up a cliffside in North Wales. The idea is that you will be flying forwards, then raising the gimbal up, and with the gimbal wheels going very, very slowly, so you're going to slowly pitch that camera up and look at the terrain above you, getting an idea of the height of the cliffs ahead of you. Then you start climbing up the hill or the cliffside, and you get this effect of quite literally climbing up, always looking up at what's above you until you get to the top, and you can pitch down to look at the land all around you. Now, you will have a fair bit going on with this one because you are using the right stick forwards to be flying forwards, and you're also moving the gimbal wheel to pitch the camera up above the horizon. And then at the same time, crucially, you're going to be lifting the left stick up to increase the altitude of the drone itself, so you don't just fly straight into the hillside. So you've got a fair bit to manage here, and for me, there is no issue with flying slowly to get the clips and then stitching them together in some editing software to improve the speed and make things even more dynamic for the viewer. Now, I do find it best to leave things in normal mode for this one, Cine mode can be a little bit too slow to increase the height of the drone, and sports mode, of course, switches off the obstacle avoidance, and in this scenario, I do not think that is a good move. So normal mode is the one to use here, but done right, you will get some pretty cool effects. And then finally, a move that you can do with pretty much any model drone again, and it's a simple fly around where you're keeping the focus on a central spot flying around in a big circle. Now, of course, you can use the intelligent flight modes for this, like Spotlight or Focus Track for this, but there may well be times when you don't want to interrupt the flight video that you're already filming, or you may want to focus on a much larger area or more than one specific area. To get this effect, again, it's pretty straightforward, but again, you have to use both sticks at the same time. So typically you're going to be approaching the subject from a distance, so you'll be using that right stick up forwards to keep the forward speed of the drone. And as you approach the subject, you decide where you're going to focus on, and you turn the left stick to turn the focus direction of the drone itself. You move the left stick left and right, and that will turn the drone's direction, the yaw. And of course, as you turn the focus of the drone's direction, you will then need to compensate with the right stick, and you're going to want to start flying sideways. So you're going to move the right stick right around to the 3 o'clock or even 4 o'clock position, so you end up flying sideways or even backwards as the drone is moving. And of course, key point, make sure there are no obstacles or high trees, because that could easily catch you out, and as you well know, there are no side sensors on the Mini 3, so it is no good getting that dream shot if you smack sideways into a tree in the middle of getting it. But using this technique, you can achieve an approach and fly around in one continuous take without breaking the scene or having to change into focus or spotlight mode. So look, there you go, 3 very different maneuvers that each require a bit of practice as you are moving both sticks at the same time, and sometimes the gimbal wheel simultaneously as well. So you've got to try and make sure you've got no distractions on these ones. They really do need all of your attention to get right. But when you do get them right, I think you get some really, really cool effects. Now, as always, you want to keep one eye on what's around you as well, and make sure there are no obstacles, as I said, like tall trees. And if you're flying over a spot where people are, like the castle, for instance, then keep the drone back. Keep it well away. You're going to get the best views without people crawling all around your picture. Better still, get there really early in the morning or late in the evening outside of opening time, so you've got no one in shot at all. Remember, the Mini 3 allows you to fly in way more places than the larger models, but I still think it's very important to try and be discreet and polite about the way you fly. Keep away from people, and that way we don't give people anything to complain about, and that way everybody stays happy. Anyway, just a little bit of advice there. As you can tell, with the new van and the new Mini 3 and this incredible weather, I am having a great summer. There are some crazy temperatures forecast for the next couple of weeks in the UK, far warmer than even today, and today it is a very hot day indeed. But I'm having brilliant fun trying out all of these moves, and hopefully now you will be able to go out and practice them as well too. So as ever, give me a little thumbs up if you like the video. It really does help the video tick along wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Until next time, have fun, happy flying.